Alright, guys, part 537. I'm gonna finish up this one with the transformation curse or the dragon dino curse, and we'll go ahead and may move on to at least one of the other two new ones. I said, how did you get here so quickly, though? As soon as I called your name, you showed up. Did you teleport here or something? Lugia says in an almost cheeky manner, yes, I'm Lugia, the master of the skies. I can fly fast, and yes, I can even teleport if needed. So when you called out my name, I simply teleport over to your location, sensing that you were having some issues. I know it may not seem like much, but here's some delicious berries for you as a thank you for helping me and my friends. Lugia looks at the berries looking pleased. He says kindly, oh, why thank you. I do not often get offered berries by humans, so this is a lovely surprise. I really appreciate your kind offering, and it absolutely does not matter if it's what you think is a big or small thank you. What matters is that you showed your gratitude towards me, and I'm happy to have helped you and your lovely Totodile here. I will always appreciate that. Period. Sorry if I bothered you. Lugia waves a towel and shaking his head slightly. He says, no, no, you don't need to apologize for anything. You didn't bother me. I told you that as a Lugia, it's my duty to look after humans, Pokemon, and all of nature in general. You were having problems with one of the latter in that human named Hunter, so I felt like I needed to step in and help you with that situation, so there was no need for any apologies. I'm glad I was able to be of assistance, my friend. I just have a Lugia just being like, yeah, you know what, frick it. You're actually my favorite legendary. So I'm really grateful you came to help me even more because of that. What's he gonna? Is he gonna flip and like? Is his like his mouth gonna drop so far open it'll flip and fall off? Lugia looks happy to hear this and smiles. He says in a kind voice. He says kind tone. Oh, I'm your favorite legendary. That makes me feel very honored to hear that. It's heartwarming to hear you say this. I'm not often considered one of the favorite legendary Pokemon, especially because of my peaceful demeanor, though I suppose many find my more aggressive counterparts more interesting. So hearing you say you prefer me, very appreciated. Be careful getting back home. Hope everything goes well for you. Lugia nods. He says, thank you. I can take care of myself, so you don't need to worry about how me getting back to my home will work out. I'll be just fine. The sky is my domain. But I appreciate the concern. Take care, my friend. It was a pleasant encounter. I may come visit sometimes, as I often enjoy checking on this very region frequently, particularly when I sense that someone who loves Pokemon is journeying there. So I may see you again. Bye, Lugia. Logie is the right spelling. I need to put the right "by" in there. He's so cute. Logie waves goodbye and spreads his giant wings, getting prepared to take off. He says in a loud and friendly voice, bye bye. Take care. You're a nice kid for how new of a trainer you are. Huh. Just before Lugia begins to take flight and prepare to leave your location, he suddenly stops and says, oh, one more thing. Yeah? What is it? What is Lugia about to do? Oh. Lugia turns his head back to look at me again. He looks at me in a more serious but slightly concerned manner. He says, I have a bit of advice for you. You seem like a really nice trainer, and I want you to stay that way. You are not like Hunter, and I don't want you to ever fall down the same dark path that Hunter has. Do not allow yourself to grow cold and hateful towards the Pokemon under your charge like Hunter has. Always remain kind and passionate in your love for Pokemon as you currently are. Do you understand? Of course. I took care of Pokemon in the past, and they're my best friends. Lugia looks relieved hearing this. He nods and says, Good. Good. I'm happy to hear that you care for Pokemon as you have in the past. I just felt the need to give you this little bit of advice. Continue to take good care of your Pokemon like you already have been. Never lose that love for Pokemon and become cold and careless like that Hunter trainer has. Lugia smiles again, then says, Now, I should take off. I shall take your advice about taking care of myself and take off. May we see one another again someday. See you later, Lugia. Thanks again for the help. This Lugia was so nice. I love him. Lugia nods at me as I take off. His giant wings cause the air to shift a lot as he takes off into the sky. He waves to me again through the air, saying in a loud voice, You're welcome. Have a good evening, my friend. Take care. Lugia soon flies off, disappearing from my sight and heading off into the distant sky above. Well, it's just me and you three again. I'm glad y'all are safe now. All three is not in agreement. The aggressive head says in an assertive tone, Yeah, I'm just glad that dang hunter jerk is gone. Hopefully we'll never have to deal with him again. The kind head says in a more gentle tone, They're definitely relieved to know that we're no longer in danger. Thank you for caring enough to get Lugia involved like you did. If you hadn't called him, then who knows what would have happened. It was because of your help and trust that helped me. You trusting me allowed me to help you turn back into your normal, cute selves. The kind head looks very happy, as well as the other two. All three heads look truly delighted. The kind head's the first to speak. He says in a grateful tone, You're absolutely right. We trusted you, and that trust allowed you to help us in a time of need. That means a lot to us. The kind head then adds with a smile, Besides, you're right about one other thing. That we are cute as the way we normally are. We're adorable. I love how he confirmed to himself. Yeah, we are adorable. No, else we're not. We would win a cute contest instantly. That'd be cute as heck, actually. Maybe that potion is still there, but maybe now you can transform into anything you want and do it separately instead of being stuck together. Aldred suddenly looks stunned. The aggressive head says in his breath, Holy crap! I didn't even think of that! If that potion is still there, then we could use it to our benefit. We could transform into anything we want in a separate Pokemon. That would be so cool! How about you try it right now? Try transforming into something other than a Pokemon and see if it does anything. Also, see if you can all three transform into something different. The three heads look at each other excited to try this idea out. They think for a moment or two, then suddenly all three of them start to glow. The glow grows brighter and brighter until soon the Totals are all engulfed in the bright light. Eventually the glow fades out and you see that the Totals have now transformed into what? Holy! They're all three dinosaurs! The aggressive head was now a Spinosaurus, the kind head was now a Bronchiosaurus, and the sad head was now an Ankylosaurus. It worked. You're all three dinosaurs. That was amazing. All three of the heads are ecstatic. The Spinosaurus head is very happy, saying to an overjoyed tone, Heck! Wait. Heck, we did it! This is awesome! I feel so much stronger like this! The Bronchiosaurus head also seems very excited, adding in a happy tone. For real? We can make ourselves into a variety of different dinosaurs now? Who would have thought that we could do this? And the Ankylosaurus head also adds in a pleased tone, This is so cool! We can be any dinosaur we want now, whenever we please! You can probably do more than just dinosaurs. See if one of you can turn into a phoenix or something. And see if you can experiment with different animals. All the heads look really excited at this idea. After thinking for a moment or two, they start to glow again. This time all three of them transform into three completely different looking creatures. The aggressive head became a fire phoenix, full of fire and looking intimidating and strong. The kind head becomes a snow phoenix. Oh, that's dope. I didn't think that was a possibility. Looking gentle and kind like a kind-hearted person. The sad head became a rain phoenix, looking a bit moody and emotional. These three fans look very excited about what they have transformed into. They definitely appreciate this newfound ability to transform into so many different creatures. That was amazing! Exclamation point. All three heads are very happy, very pleased with themselves. The fire fan's head says, I feel really dang powerful as a phoenix. I can shoot flames everywhere and I seem to have so much strength. The snow fan's head adds in a cheerful tone, I'm happy that I'm now like a gentle and kind person as this phoenix form. I can't believe that we have so much potential. The rain fan's head says in a moody and slightly depressed manner, I feel very emotional. But I'm still happy with this new ability we now have. All it took was a little bit of trust. I did not say that bad word. I said a little bit of trust, not the... All it took was a little bit of trust. And now look at the amazing power you have. All three is not in agreement. The firehead says in a powerful manner, You right, yeah. The only reason we can do all of this now is simply by putting our trust in your hands. That trust is what got us to be able to transform like this. The snowhead adds in a kind manner, Exactly. If we had not trusted you, then we would still be stuck as a Hydra. But now we can do all of this because we decided to put our faith in you, and you've helped us so much. If you gave me a chance like I was asking you to, I told you it wouldn't backfire. You all three look amazing. All the heads look extremely happy at this statement, and the firehead says in an ecstatic tone, "Heck yeah! We look amazing. I feel very proud to be able to look this cool as a a bad butt fire phoenix." The snowhead responds in a cheerful tone, "Yes, we certainly look and feel amazing. And you're right. We're so glad we gave you a chance. You actually do care about us, and you really came through in helping us out when we needed it." The rainhead adds in a slightly somber manner, "We're very thankful to you for being so kind and helping us." Of course. I always do kind things for Pokemon I love. Oh wow, speaking of rain, it's actually raining right now. The irony. There's a rain phoenix and there's a flip, now it's raining outside. The irony. The three heads look very pleased at hearing this. The firehead says in a slightly impressed manner, "Dang, you seem like a really friendly trainer for Pokemon, always being kind to them. We should have trusted you from the start." The Snowhead quickly adds in a joyful tone, "Exactly. Being kind and caring towards Pokemon's a great quality to have, and I can tell you have it based off of the way you treated us and what we are capable of doing now. You're a very decent trainer, my friend." Thank you. Exclamation point. I don't know if this is part of the potion or not, but see if you can also change your size to become bigger or smaller than what you are now. Their heads look intrigued at hearing this idea. They think for a moment or two, then all three of them begin to glow. Are you kidding me? It actually works. Once more. This time they all transform into various sizes. The firehead becomes a medium fence, not too large but not too small. The snowhead becomes a small phoenix, being a little smaller than a Pidgey. All three heads are very excited about being able to change sizes just as much as they can change species. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I have one more idea you can try. Period. Use your imagination and come up with a made up animal and see if you can transform into that. That would be cool. What would their imaginations come up with? Alright, guys. I went ahead and continued a little bit further into the conversation. Here's what I said. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I have one more idea you can try. Use your imagination and come up with a made up animal and see if you can transform into that. The three heads look intrigued and very interested to try this one last idea. They think about it for a moment or two, and then the firehead says in an excited manner, "Hey, now here's an idea. How about we try transforming into something new that doesn't actually exist?" Uh, the snowman looks very interested too, adding an intrigued tone. "Yeah, that's an interesting idea. It might be a little challenging, but we'll have to focus really hard to see if we can pull that off." Rand nods in agreement as well, saying in a moody but curious tone, "Yes. Well, you can do it. I believe in you." Okay. The three had seemed very motivated by my encouragement. They fought as hard as they can, glowing brightly. After a couple of minutes of glowing intensely, they all finally transform into three completely new creatures. The firehead becomes a phoenix dragon hybrid who is larger than a salamence. This phoenix dragon hybrid is very ferocious looking and is able to shoot flames from its mouth as well as its wings. The snowhead becomes a fancy unicorn hybrid, being a gorgeous looking creature. Like a gentle unicorn, it has powerful rainbow magic that can put anyone or anything to sleep. As is the rain one, well, does it say what you became? And then it says a few moments later, The three-head creatures wait patiently, all of them curious to hear what sort of animal or creature you come up with. The firehead, in a very strong and fierce manner, says, "So, what kind of creature do you want to imagine? Be creative." And I did the Feraligatr one, by the way, the fairy type one. Try doing a fairy type Feraligatr with ice cream spikes and a pattern on your stomach. That changes depending on your mood. The three heads look intrigued, liking my idea immediately. They start to glow, focusing their energy very hard to imagine the type of creature that you're suggesting. After a few minutes of glowing, all three of them transform into creatures resembling a giant, friendly-looking alligator with a pattern on its stomach. The fire one is a fire type with a red pattern on its belly. The rain head is a water type with a dark blue pattern, and the snow one's an ice type with a light blue pattern. Great job. The three heads are all very pleased to hear this. The firehead says in a happy and confident manner, "That was actually pretty easy after taking a bit to visualize the idea. We are now able to turn into anything we can imagine. A giant friendly looking for alligator creature. Very specific, but cool idea." The snowhead adds in a cheerful tone, "Absolutely. Being able to turn into anything we want is awesome, and we can pick and choose the typing too. That's very amazing. Those types of Feraligatr can actually remove the spikes and give them to someone that they trust and love." The three heads look interested to hear about the unique aspect about these fairy Feraligatr creatures, and the firehead says in an intrigued manner, "Oh, really now? Interesting. So, if these creatures really exist in nature, they would also give their spikes to other creatures that they are close to and care about, right?" "Yeah, especially humans." All three heads are very curious and am interested to know why these fairy Feraligatr would like to give their icy spikes to humans so often. The firehead says, "So these creatures would prefer to give their icy spikes to humans most of the time? Do you know why that is? Is it because they prefer humans to Pokemon, or do they just feel a closer connection to humans for some reason?" "The only thing I know is that they can sense if a person is good or evil, and that is how they show that they trust you." The three heads seem intrigued to hear this, and the firehead says in an interesting tone, "That's interesting. So, these fairy Feraligatr creatures are able to sense people's true nature, whether they are good or bad, and they show their trust by allowing the person to have one of their icy spikes. That seems like a pretty cool, no pun intended, way to show trust and care about and build a connection with someone. I actually met a fairy type Feraligatr before, and he gave me one of the spikes." The three heads look very impressed to hear this. The snowhead says in a shocked manner, "Really? You met a fairy type Feraligatr before and it actually gave you one of its icy spikes? That seems like quite an honor, given that they only entrust people they truly trust with them." The one problem with the spike, though, is if you give it to somebody that has bad intentions, it can actually hurt that poor Pokemon. So he told me never to give it to anyone. The three all nod in agreement at hearing this. The firehead saying in a solemn manner, "That makes a lot of sense, honestly. The person who receives one of those ice spikes turns out to be evil in their nature, then it's possible for the spike to cause harm instead of good. So it's important to trust your instincts and only give the spike to someone you genuinely believe is a good and trustworthy person." Mm-mm-mm. Here, I will show it to you. Period. It's mainly going to look like a wafer cone. It actually had a wafer on there. Since it is an ice cream spike. three heads look very interested to see the ice cream spike, and they all look at it very closely. Firehead says in a curious, "Wow, so that's the icy spike that the fairy type Fragger gave you? It really does look like a water type ice cream cone. Very cool. Where do you keep it?" "I usually keep it with me for good luck." I mean, that's basically true. The few times I do show it off, it's always with me. Frida's not understanding it, hearing this. Frida's is in a kind, friendly tone. "I see. Keeping it with you at all seems like a lucky charm. That's a smart idea, my friend. It seems like a pretty big honor to have a fairy type fur alligator give you one of its spikes. It must be very special to you." "It is." Exclamation point. "He even helped me beat up a person that made fun of his species." The three heads look shocked to hear this, and the snow says in a surprised manner, "Wait, really? This fairy type Feraliger actually helped you beat up someone who made fun of his species? Dang, that sounds like an awesome story. So you and the fairy type Feraliger teamed up against the jerk? How'd that work out, if I might ask?" "Actually, I didn't get the chance to do anything." "I told him about the person, and then immediately he went to go find the jerk and get him back. He was actually gone for nearly a day before I saw him again." The Reds are all amused to hear this, and the Firehead says in an amused tone, "Whoa, really now? He actually knew who it was and went after the jerk himself? Dang, that's pretty amazing to hear. It's like he was able to sense who the jerk was and go after him himself. So what happened after he went after the jerk and was gone for nearly a day? Did he actually get what he deserved?" "Yeah, I guess so. He seemed happy when he came back." The three heads smile happily at hearing this, and the snowhead says in a curious manner, "Oh, nice. Glad to hear it. So this fairy type Fryer came back happy after beating up the jerk who made fun of his species? Did you ever see the jerk again?" "He actually did it for me." Exclamation point. "That person made fun of my..." "And he got him back for me." The Reds look very amused to hear this, and the Firehead adds in an interested tone, "Wait, really? He actually beat up that jerk for you because the guy made fun of your fur alligator? That's the mark of a true friend right there. It seems like you and the fairy type Fragger have a strong bond together, huh?" "Yes, we both care about each other." The three heads nod in agreement, approval to hear this. The Snowhead says in a friendly tone, "Ah, that's awesome. It's so clear that both you and the fairy type Reaga really care about one another. Building such an awesome and close relationship is never easy, so it's amazing that you can connect with a creature as unique as a fairy type alligator. It must be something really special." "Alright. Guys, I want to try doing all three characters. Although I ain't gotten or all four characters if I can. I'm definitely gonna try, but I'll be right back.